Well, good morning. How you all doing? Questions and answers. Simon, what are you doing to me? I don't do in front of the camera work, but it's for a worthy cause, so here I am. Right, where do I start? I'm going to start with a funny little story, actually. We got married in 1970, 48 years ago, and we used to go around to my father-in-law's and my mother-in-law's house, and my father-in-law was a really keen gardener. He had a greenhouse, a potted shed. His backyard was full of vegetables, and whenever we went round there, Fred would always be going on about his tomatoes, his cucumbers and his vegetables. And I was a football man, and it really brought me to tears. But eventually he won me over, and I got involved. I started getting keen on it. So I thought, well, I need to build myself a greenhouse of my very own. I couldn't afford one. No way could I afford to go and buy a greenhouse in them days. It just wasn't going to happen. So I thought, well, round about me they was tearing down a load of greenhouses and making way for development. So I thought, well, maybe I can go over the old nurseries and scavenge some of the glass and some of the wood and build one myself. And that's what I done. Off I went, and I would go and collect bits of glass, bits of wood, and I set about building this greenhouse. It took weeks, absolute weeks, but I was young, I was enthusiastic, and gradually it was coming along. In them days we had a social circle of people up in our local pub that we used to go up there and have a few drinks and a bit of banter with them, and they used to ask me what I was up to and everything, and I'd say, yeah, I'm building this greenhouse, and I was all enthusiastic about it and telling them what different parts about the way I was doing this greenhouse. And obviously I was boring to tears. I didn't realise it, but I was boring the pants off them. They would be into their football and their girls and their cars and that, and there's me talking about greenhouses. So anyway, this went on, as I say, for weeks. Eventually I finished doing it. I finished doing the greenhouse, and it was my pride and joy. I thought it looked absolutely gorgeous. I painted it, I put benches in it, staging, a nice raised bed. I think I even built myself a hotbed in it for the cucumber. And so I went up to the pub, and I was happy with the news and saying how great it looks, and you know, what I've done and that. And you know, that was that. A few days later, we're indoors. There's a knock at the door, and I go to the door, and there's this fella standing there with a paper in his hand. So, you know, what can I do for you? So he's gone, well, I've come to have a look at your greenhouse. So I thought, I had a look at the greenhouse. What's he on about? I thought perhaps he was from the council. Perhaps I'd built it a bit too high or something. So I said, oh yeah. Why do you need to look at it? Well, he said, you know, if it's all right, I might buy it off you. Buy it? I said, I'm not selling it. I've just built it, just finished it. Strange, he said. So he's produced this paper, the local paper, the local classified, and there inside is the advertisement for my greenhouse for sale. My mates from up the pub had got so sick of me going on about this greenhouse that they thought they'd try and sell it for me in the local paper. So that's my story about the greenhouse, and I never mentioned it again, not the greenhouse. Okay, so first question, why an allotment? Well, I've not got an allotment. I've a greenhouse, and I have a small little patio area that I grow on. So basically I grow in pots, and that's it basically. I grow in the greenhouse and I grow in pots as best I can. I don't grow too much. I try and grow one or two things of most things if I can. You know, I try and grow a couple of brassicas, some chilies, some peppers, some beans. I can put a tripod up on the patio there, so I grow some beans, a couple of pots of onions, a couple of pots of shallots, maybe a couple of pots of peas. Yeah, so you know, a little bit of everything if I can, but the space is very limited. Why YouTube? Well, why YouTube? That's a good question. I think what it is, I was sitting there one day and indoors, and I was getting so bored with the TV. I was on my iPad and flicking through bits and pieces, and I just happened to come across the gardening channel, and I enjoyed what I watched. I can't remember whose it was, but I watched it, and yeah, I enjoyed it, and that led me on to trying to find other gardening YouTube channels, and eventually, you know, I had quite a few I was watching, and then I thought, well, gardening can be a bit lonely sometimes. I mean, I know a lot of people like the solitude of it, but who do you talk to about it? You know, there's no one to talk to really. I've not got a group of friends that are all interested in gardening. Most of my lads, most of my friends and that are more into their football and things like that, which I'm into football as well, but not like them. And so basically it's a bit of friendship, it's a community, as Simon says. It's nice to be able to put your side of things across. So that's why I've done YouTube. It certainly won't make money. I never make money out of it. I'm a cab driver, and so if I want to make any money, I'll just get out in the cab and make a few quid. It's not for that. How long have you been growing? Whoa, how long have I been growing? Well, as I said, the father-in-law got me into growing, and I was in my mid-20s then. I'm now in my mid-60s, so I've been growing about 40 years and still can't do it. But a long time. What do I grow? Well, as I've just said, I grow a little bit of everything if I can, and it is a little bit, literally 1 or 2 pots of everything. I normally have about 8 tomato plants, so try and get a good crop of them, and a couple of cucumbers going. And then the rest is just little bits and pieces that I've tried in pots. So it's mainly cucumbers and tomatoes, I'd say. Which also covers the next question, what do you grow? And what is my favourite thing to grow is the next and last question, and it is, in memory of my old father-in-law Fred, it's tomatoes and cucumbers. I think they are the things I like growing the best. 5 channels. 5 channels to tag. All of these channels have got under 300 subscribers, and so I'd like to try and help them along. Number 1 is a young girl called Torcy Waldridge, and this young kid, she is a wealth of knowledge. She really knows her stuff, and she's really enthusiastic, and I'd check her out. She's got about 130 odd subscribers at the moment. She should have 20 times that. She really knows her stuff, and she's worth a look. Number 2 is my old friend Clarice. Clarice's French Garden. Bless her. She's not been that well the last few months, but she's battling on, and she's a fellow Scot like my Moira, and she's well worth a look. That's Clarice's French Garden. All the best to you, Clarice. Number 3 is a channel called Living Not Existing. I come across this channel about a week ago, and it's 2 lads. I think they're from the northeast, and they've got themselves an allotment. They're only young lads, but they're enthusiastic. They're a bit of a laugh. They enjoy what they're doing, and yeah, I like them. They've only got a few subscribers, and I'd like to try and help them along. So that's Living Not Existing. Number 4 is a channel called Grow Your Own. Now, I don't know much about this one, but I come across it the other day, and once again, I think he's got a new allotment, and he's trying his best with it. He's got a lot of work to do there, but he's quite enthusiastic about it, and he's only got 1 or 2 subscribers, so let's try and help him out as well. That's a channel called Grow Your Own. And lastly, a guy by the name of Dean Hood. Dean's another one from the northeast, and I think he sort of got involved in his growing and his allotment through his granddad, I think. Once again, so enthusiastic. He's a good grower. He's got a lot of knowledge, Dean, and but he's not got many subscribers yet, so he deserves a lot more. Once again, he knows quite a bit, does young Dean. So let's try and help Dean along with it. And that's it, really. That's my 5. There is so many out there. There really is so many channels out there that deserve a mention. But you know, the thing was to do 5, and that's my 5. But I watch loads, and I'm forever watching them and commenting. You know, I could sit here for the next 2 hours and go on about different channels. They're all you know, they're all good, and I thoroughly enjoy watching them. So that's it. So I'm going to end up first time in front of the camera. I think it could possibly be the last, because my legs are going up and down, and I'll probably have to edit this because it won't be good enough. But tip for the day, what can I say? My tip for the day is don't take yourself too seriously. Share your knowledge, share your experience, but don't take it too seriously. Enjoy yourselves. We all get failures, trust me. I've had so many failures, and we all get good results. So enjoy it. And just one other thing before I go. Please don't try and sell my greenhouse, will you? All the best now. Ta-da.